Ladies and gentlemen, Vidyaniketan Group of Institutions welcomes you to yet another season of India Insight. Envisioned by Mrs. Prema Rajagopal, the founder of this institution, way back in 2004, the objective ever since has been to enhance the knowledge of India and appreciate the diverse culture of this nation. As our young children take part from various corners of the world, over the last couple of years in the digital avatar, this contest has reached over 20,000 students across 10 countries. We at the Vidyaniketan Group of Institutions truly appreciate and acknowledge the support and patronage given to us by all the participating schools, their teachers and managements. Before we begin, it is our pleasure and privilege to invite a leader in school education, a person who's a strong advocate of scholastic learning. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dean Academics at Vidyaniketan, Miss Sumitra Raghavan.
Good morning, young participants of the India Insight debate, quiz and drawing competitions. The dream of our founder, Srimati Prema Rajagopal, has not only materialized but is growing stronger in numbers each passing year. Children of today have information available to them at the click of a button. But India Insight is one set of competitions where they develop curiosity about the historical, cultural, and current facts on India. From the host institution, Vidyaniketan Public School, let me wish all you participants all the best as you move from the prelims to the grand finale. A big thank you to all the teachers who stood by their students as they prepared for these competitions, and to their heads of institutions, not only from India, but 9 other countries as well, making India Insight a truly global set of competitions. All the best and thank you.
Friends, put your hands together to welcome on stage Quizmaster Big Brain.
A big hello and a warm welcome to each and every one of you. You're with me, Big Brain, here today at yet another season finale. This time, the senior quiz final at India Insight. An idea, a concept created by the Vidyaniketan Public School or the Vidyaniketan Group of Institutions. A concept that germinated way back in 2004, way before even the new education policy was conceptualized, and knowledge of India became an important ingredient for all our schools. One great educator thought it through and said, our children need to celebrate India. We today pay our tributes and salute Mrs. Prema Rajagopal, the lady behind this idea for creating something for children to learn and celebrate India. As we would have it, knowledge of India is not confined to India. It's people who appreciate India, who know about India, who are Indians but don't stay in India. And this quiz has exemplified that, because you just watched in the junior final that happened earlier with Rashmi, a young girl from Indian school, Salala, winning that world final. Well, the story is no different with the senior category. Let me introduce the 4 of them to you and you will know why I make that comment. But before I get to introducing them, I want to take this opportunity to actually thank all the schools that have taken part from across the many nations that take part in this quiz. I also want to thank all the institutions and their leaders for patronizing a program like this the way they do it. I would be failing in my duty if I did not extend A gratitude from our end, on behalf of all the schools, to the Vidyaniketan group of institutions for conceptualizing such a beautiful program, for fostering it through the pandemic years and now into a post-pandemic era. So thank you to all of you as we get started and welcome 4 champions who will battle between them to become the champion among champions. That's what a world final is all about. Ladies and gentlemen, the game and the terrain is set for a big finale. 20 questions separate them from that big crown. 4 rounds of quizzing is what they are going to have between them. And after these 4 rounds, one of them is going to be crowned world champion. 50 the value, you know the rules. You've all been watching not only this season but other seasons to know how it's played. 5 seconds time, 1 on the buzzer. So time for us to get started here today with the big final and take a look at these 4 champions who've gone through grueling online rounds, the quarterfinals with Rashmi or me, and then the semi-finals with me, and now the big grand world finale. Ladies and gentlemen, our 4 finalists. Let me start with the young gentleman who takes part from outside of India, a passionate Indian, a defending champion of this quiz. Ladies and gentlemen, our first contender from the Indian School, Muscat. Let's welcome Andrew Jordan. Welcome to you. From the Sultanate of Oman, which has been doing exceedingly well in this quiz. Well, we've also, of course, now got Qatar, we've got Bahrain, we've got Saudi Arabia, UAE. The Middle East takes part in a very big way. We've had Japan taking part on and off in this quiz, so it's lovely. Of course, I mean, sprinkling of United States candidates also coming in. All lovely for this battle. But moving to our second contestant, a young lady who can be quite a threat when she gets onto that buzzer from Maharashtra, representing the Bala Gurukul School. Ladies and gentlemen, Sneha Jha, welcome to you. And ladies and gentlemen, not 1 but 2 representations from the Prime Minister's constituency of India. Well, we seem to have got that right at India Insight as well. 2 very good schools from that region as far as quizzing is concerned, with 2 extremely sharp quizzers. Let's meet the first one from the Sunbeam English School in Varanasi, Snehit Singh. Welcome to you. And completing our lineup from the Aryan International School here today with us, Ishan Singh. Welcome, Ishan. Those, ladies and gentlemen, are our 4 contenders here today as we move into this big battle here today and move straight in to the first frontier of our game, Incredible India. Here it is. Well, we've got questions which will appear as visuals in this round, multiple of them sometimes. If you press the buzzer while I'm still giving you an added narrative, I shall stop the narrative because you are indicating you know the answer. All hands on the buzzer. If you're ready to start this big final, may the best among you be the world champions. To me, all the 4 of you are champions. One thing I want to appreciate the Vidyaniketan group before I even progress with the first question. All 4 of them will go back with prizes. And I think that is wonderful. The second thing is, it's really nice of them to have thought this through. Even when we started this contest in the digital era, there will be 1 champion. The remaining 3 will all be runners-up. So there's nothing called a second, third, fourth, because from thousands of students, they're in the top 4. So it's just a winner and runners-up. So perhaps I should start saying, congratulations to all 4 for surely being the runners-up. 1 among you will be the winner. But these 4 are going to play for the World Championship. That's a big title to have on your CV. It can stay for life. Starting with question number 1 on your screen now. This is a book called Ready to Fire. Snehit's gone for it. Yes, Snehit.
This is the scientist Nambi Narayan.
It's a book called Ready to Fire, and it's about the life of a scientist called Nambi Narayan. And that, of course, led to the phenomenal film that India witnessed. India Insight could not but have started its world final, paying a tribute to the great scientists of India, not just Nambi Narayan, but to all of them who have shaped India's future, not just on ground, but out there. The first 50 going to Snehit. Smart move by all of them to wait, understand the question. It's a big final. They know a minus 50 can cost a lot at a stage and a level like this. Question number 2 on your screen. Identify the significance of this stamp. A brave heart. Ishan's gone for this. Go ahead, Ishan. A brave heart from India.
She is Neerja Bhanot. She is Neerja Bhanot, who is the first woman to get the Ashok Chakra.
Neerja Bhanot is your answer, plus 50. Varanasi getting the first 2 50s here. These young boys from Varanasi are fast, so are the others. As we go to the next one on your screen, now. An important man,
This is actually Mihir Sen, the first Indian man to cross the English Channel. In fact, he was the first Asian man to cross the English Channel back in the 1960s.
Not allowing me to even read out my question. Super fast, Snehit, plus 50. Absolutely right. He was also the only man to swim across the 5 continents in one calendar year. He swam across all the oceans. What a huge record that is. And what kind of a passion to have, to swim across all the oceans of the world. Wow. Superb answer, plus 50 to Snehit on that one. As we go to the next one, onto your screen. Identify this Rajya Sabha member. Ishan this time. Go ahead.
Is she Rukmani Devi Ramdale?
Minus 50. Minus 50. He took the risk on that one. Sonal Man Singh on your screen. Member of Parliament, Padma Vibhushan recipient in our country. Big name from the world of art and culture, which is one of the areas India Insight strongly promotes. Final question. Careful, give it a thought. On your screen, 2 rivers, 1 name. What's the connection? Great institution. He's gone for it. Is Ishan. Yes, Ishan.
Sir, is it the Brahmaputra and the Os or Brahmos?
Sorry?
Brahmaputra River, Brahmaputra.
And Os. Explain that. Go on.
Sir, so it is the Os, the Os River in the Russia and the Brahmaputra, they combine to form the Brahmos missile.
This is extraordinary quizzing. Oh, wonderful quizzing. Superb answer. It's not an easy one. These are what we call non-Googleable questions. You know, you really have to apply your head to it. 2 rivers, Brahmaputra and the Moskva, which is the Os, as people call it. A Russian river and an Indian river brings together the partnership of BrahMos Aerospace, or BrahMos in the aviation space. Early days, as Ishan gets another 50, but he's lost a 50, so it takes him only to 50. And at the end of the first frontier, we've got Snehit on 100, as you see there on that dashboard. Ishan on 50, the others I'm sure will get scoring. They'll only know that the pace of this game needs to be very different. The second frontier, India in a word, coming up now. Careful, not easy. The boxes will be there to help you with the number of letters. 50, the value of a right answer, 50 is what you could lose. Starting with the first one on your screens now. Ishan's gone for it.
Sir,
The mic is off. Yes.
Is it Mirabai?
You got to give me one answer, 5 letters.
Sir, sir, Meera.
Meera. Do you know who's on your screen there by any chance? She's a famous singer. Well, I'm not going to. No, well, that's not easy to guess because it's a rare movie in which she acted. There's, of course, a stamp in India as a tribute to the great Meera as well. And that is M.S. Subbalakshmi as an actress, not a singer. She acted in that movie, of course, sang too, but MS Subbalakshmi in a film. Tough final questions, but he gets a 50. That's a good one on Meera. As we go to the next one, on your screens, identify the place. Question is correct. Andrew has gone for it. Identify a place from this logo.
Darjeeling.
How do you say that, Andrew?
The lady, she is holding, I guess, tea.
Oh, clever. That's the Darjeeling tea, and that gives you Darjeeling. Well, it's quite fair that someone from outside India answers Darjeeling tea. So, plus 50 there to Andrew on Darjeeling. Questions are probing. You've got a lady on your screen, and the answer is Darjeeling. The clue is in one tea leaf. That's the kind of level India Insight is reaching here, where you really have to work the answers out by applying thought. On to the next one on your screens now. World Championship in what? India has won the World Championship. This, in fact, was her third singles title. Nobody on the buzzer, 5 seconds of time running away. The answer is Carom. India is a 3-time world champion in Carom board, and Rashmi Kumari is a world champion. She's won 3 singles titles. She's phenomenal on the Carom board, and there she is with all her Carom board trophies. Tough question. Next one on your screens. Identify the person. Question's correct. Ishan's gone for it.
So it is the he's La Corbusier, and these are the monuments of Chandigarh. That is the one-hand flying monument.
Lovely. Oh, phenomenal quizzing. He's got that absolutely right. The answer in context was an architect, the man who's designed Chandigarh, the open-hand monument there. He's a Swiss-French architect, but has contributed immensely to India, especially the city of Chandigarh. On to the next one. On your screen, identify the location. Ishan's gone for it again. Yes, Ishan.
So
Make your count.
Lepakshi. It is Lepakshi, I think.
Okay.
And that Lepakshi
is your answer.
Yes.
Straight out of your history books is this one. One phenomenal monolith Nandi. It's a bull, it's a monolith, and that lovely great snake. Le Pakshi is actually a Sanskrit term relating to a bird, and beautifully answered on that one. It takes him into a good lead, but we will take a look at the dashboard to see where it's going. The 2 young lads from Uttar Pradesh are doing well, or rather from Varanasi are doing well. Andrew's on 50. He can be dangerous when he gets going, but it's a quick format final, so you got to get moving quickly. Sneha being outbeaten on the buzzer. She's fast. On that dashboard, currently, this is how it looks. Ishan's leading on 200, Sneha's on 100, Andrew on 50. Sneha, I'm sure, will get going as we move to the next frontier of our game here today, India Inspired. Here it is. On India Inspired, I will be reading out the questions. You will take a shot on the buzzer when you think you know the answer. Nothing appears on your screen in this round, just my questions. Hear me out carefully. Decide when you want to buzz. 50 the value. As we get started with the first one, we'll refresh the buzzers. There you are, all set. Question number 1. It was the 27th of December 1911. The place was Calcutta. It was the session of the Indian National Congress. Andrew's gone for it.
The Indian National Anthem
was sung for the first time. Give it to you. We're talking about Jana Gana Mana. 50 to Andrew. He's got that right. He moves to 100. He's not going to give up without a fight. The defending world champion from Oman. Question number 2. It's an Indian territory. It was administered by a body called the Varishta Panchayat till 1961. Today, Ishan's going for it. Yeah, Ishan.
Is it Goa?
Minus 50. Minus 50. He stopped me as well with that buzzer there. It's Dadra and Nagar Haveli that I'm looking for. Aha! He knows he should have got that right. He's a very good quizzer. He's lost a 50. He's got this habit sometimes to score and then let go of that score. He did that in the semi-final. He's doing that in the final. He's got his own strategy. Somehow reminds me of how Virendra Sehwag was batting when he was a great cricketer. He would go blasting and sometimes get himself out. People wouldn't get Sehwag out. But anyway, remarkable young quizzers. Let's see what happens. I don't want to put pressure on any of them. Question number 3. Satyarth Prakash, philosopher, current affairs, Ishan.
Sir, is it Satyarth Prakash? Is it Kailash Satyarthi?
Oh God, that's the temptation. Ishan's done what he did in the semi-final. He had 100 lead. He's given up that 100 as a lead. The answer is Dayanand Saraswati. So the answer that I was looking for comes from Satyarth Prakash. If you knew the drift that I was getting to, the answer, Dayanand Saraswati. As we go into the next one, hands on the buzzer. He takes a minus 50 on that is Ishan. He's going to be careful on the buzzers from now, that's for sure, because it can be too huge a risk to take with the number of questions slowly decreasing. Next question. Flagged off by the Prime Minister, the 13th of January 2023 was an important date for India. It was a simple motor. Ishan's gone for it.
Is it the Ganga Vilas?
From Varanasi, you should get that right. Well played. Ganga Vilas is absolutely right. He gets back another 50, gets back into the lead. Well, from the Aryan International School, they're very keen to win this. Probably he's showing that sense of urgency, but it needed a lot of courage after getting 2 negatives to press that buzzer again. Hats off to him for that. As we go to the final one. Shane Warne was a great cricketer. Among the many trophies that he won, he rated something as his personal best because he was a captain. And that victory happened on Indian soil. Andrew is going for it. Yes, Andrew.
The IPL.
Shane Warne and the IPL. Do you know the team?
Rajasthan Royals.
Andrew, knowing everything about it, Shane Warne said, one of my greatest victories, because people never saw him as a captain. They only saw him as a bowler. His strategy came alive at the IPL. The winners of the first ever IPL in the inaugural edition under the captaincy of great Shane Warne, Rajasthan Royals. Superbly answered, plus 50, getting Andrew alongside Ishan this time. Let's take a look at the dashboard. 1 round to go. This quiz is not over yet, according to me. Here it is. Oh, on 150, we've got Andrew from the Sultanate of Oman. Ishan on 150 from Varanasi. Snehit on 100. Sneha will need to play out of her skin, but she knows even a last round is enough to get 100 or 150. She's capable of doing that. Is it a quiet afternoon for her? We quite don't know. But we move into the final frontier of our game here today. It's a new round for you to think on. Indian impressions. Here it comes. It's a round which we as a quizzing company at Greycaps Knowledge Tribe are popular for. It's to make you think laterally. So you'll get multiple images on your screen. You've got to arrive at an overall answer. There is no audio or video along with it. It's just images. You've got to make sense of it. It could also be something of great significance, which could even be through a single visual, but multiple narratives in that visual. If we are ready, the scoring pattern remains the same. Anyone can become the world champion from here. 1 round remaining. What a senior final we are witnessing. The first one on your screen now. Identify our parents. Snehit's gone for it.
These are the members of the Servants of India Society.
The members of the Servants of India Society. Snehit, at a crucial moment in this quiz, will take a minus 50. Well, tough one, not waiting for me to read further. These are 4 very important people in Indian history. In a sense, the children of Mahatma and Kasturba Gandhi? Well, the four sons of Gandhi, as famously they say it. He also had a daughter. Not many speak about her, but the four sons of Gandhi on your screen. So Mahatma and Kasturba Gandhi. Tough questions. It's a world final, last round. Be careful. Question number 2, hands on the buzzer, on your screen. Identify the person from this tribute. Asian Paints, Sneha's gone for it, said, for the one who saw every color of life in black and white. Who did they pay a tribute to? Sneha.
R.K. Narayanan.
R.K. Narayanan. Oh, she's nervous today. I know she's had a late start. I can't give it to you minus 50. I know you probably messed it up in the last second. It's R.K. Lakshman. Can't give it to you. You went for the wrong brother. R.K. Narayan is the writer. R.K. Lakshman, she's laughing at the mistake she's made. She's a very, very good quizzer. R.K. Lakshman, the man who always drew in two colors, black and white. 3 questions to go. It's a tough one, so I would urge you to wait for me to ask you the question. On your screen, here it is. NASA released a confirmation of J.R.D. Tata's time spent in outer space. What was NASA telling us? Snehit.
Sir, J.R.D. Tata was the first person from India actually to fly an aeroplane. So might be that the NASA was telling us about this, or it might be about the asteroid, the celestial body which is named after J.R.D. Tata.
Well, forcing himself to take a half chance there is Snehit. He loses the 50. He knows he was taking a chance. NASA gave a confirmation of J.R.D. Tata's time spent in space. 15 days, 16 hours, 35 minutes, 1 second. The significance of this is not J.R.D. Tata, but the person he inspired. Kalpana Chawla. When Kalpana Chawla went into space, her pocket had exactly the same photograph as what is seen on your space. She never met him, but she carried him to space. NASA, as a tribute to a great aviator, said, this is J.R.D.'s time spent in space, although in the form of a photograph or an inspiration. What a beautiful way for NASA to pay a tribute to a great aviation pioneer from our country. Today, India comes alive as Air India makes that huge comeback in this world. Of course, pioneered by the Tatas, which J.R.D. Tata led for many years. And of course, he was the man who created Air India. So, tough final questions in the world final. 2 more to go. It's going to be a crucial one because it's Andrew versus Ishan from here. It's India versus Oman from here. Penultimate question on your screen now. These are RBI notes, but what was special about them? Snehit has gone for it.
Sir,
He's not giving up.
These are the notes printed by RBI after the partition of India for the Pakistan, for the Pakistani currency.
There are 2 notes.
And one was for the Hyderabad, for the Nizam of Hyderabad.
Well, he's taking half chances. I'm going to be very lenient and give it to Snehit because it's not going to affect the outcome. So I'm going to give it to him because he's been so passionate. He's right on the Pakistan part. The other part is actually Burma. India printed notes on 2 sides of India for Burma and Pakistan. Nothing to do with Indian independence, but yes, Pakistan did get its independence, but did not have the ability to print its own currency notes. So for the first year of independent Pakistan, it was C.D. Deshmukh whose signature appeared on all their notes. He'll still get a 50 for being a good quizzer more than the answer. Well, as we go to the final one, I think it's clearly now a battle between Andrew and Ishan. Tough last question in my opinion. Let's see how it goes. It's between the 2 of them. On the buzzer, hands on it. Final question. India Insights for this season. All these are names of what? Ishan's taken the huge risk. If he gets it wrong, Andrew's going to win this again. If he gets it right, Ishan's the world champion. Go ahead, Ishan.
Sir,
All these are names of what? And there's a stamp also on your screen.
are these names of railway stations?
You've got to give me a slightly better answer. Go on.
Sir, are all these names of railway expresses trains?
Ajanta Express, Brindavan Express, Charminar Express, Malgudi Express, Konark Express, Geetanjali Express.
Yes,
Ladies
sir.
and gentlemen, Ishan Singh from Aryan International Varanasi is the new world champion. Oh, he's cracked an impossible question there. Great Indian locations contributing their names to trains. The clues we left were on Malgudi Express and the stamp, both of them with railway tracks next to each other. So that was the clue for you to work the railways part. Beautiful trains in India are named after beautiful locations. Ishan went for it in a split second, which means he took that responsibility to try and answer because he knew he's fighting against a world champion and it is never easy to do that. He quickly worked on his answer. He first went for railway stations, then he said rails, and finally he had the right answer. But ladies and gentlemen, here is the final tally on your screen. Andrew has been a remarkable quizzer. He's sharp, he's fast, and he's been consistent, just missing out, but he will still finish runner-up, like I said, with the others. With 150, he'll be proud of his performance. Snehit will know he made the mistakes. He's too good a quizzer, but on a day like this, when all four are phenomenal champions, I think he will forgive himself and say, fine, it was one day when I missed a few, and it ended up being not the winning day. Sneha will tell herself the same thing. She's been absolutely brilliant right through this season and consistent. Even Sachin Tendulkar has scored zeros in his life. Well, Sneha will smile, but she knew, the pressure was building. On any other day, wake up at midnight and ask her the question, she'll tell you R.K. Lakshman. Today, the pressure made her say R.K. Narayan, and then she was smiling and said, oh God, what did I do? She's still smiling. But that's the attitude to have. But ladies and gentlemen, one young boy with a remarkable fighting spirit, even if he loses points, he does not give up. And his sheer tendency to not give up is perhaps what makes him the world champion. Ishan Singh from the Aryan International School from Varanasi in Uttar Pradesh will be a proud world champion. But congratulations to all the four of you from all of us here at Greycaps Knowledge Tribe, from the Vidyaniketan group of institutions, from everybody at India Insight. We will, of course, reach out to you for your prizes and to transfer the scholarship amounts to you. All of you win those prizes. But for the moment, ladies and gentlemen, from me, Big Brain, from all of us here on behalf of the Vidyaniketan group of institutions, we sincerely thank all of you schools and the audience for patronizing a beautiful idea to power the knowledge of India and the spirit of India. On that note, till we meet again at another season of India Insight, from all of us here, truly appreciate you watching this. Thank you for tuning in. Stay safe and goodbye.